Okay, today I'm going to do my version of a raw reality video. Obviously, this is a little bit higher production, but it's not my normal like dark techie setup. We got the charts on the screen, we got the black background, all the cool stuff. This is just in my living room. Yeah, I like to do it a little higher production than most people do their raw realities. I could have done my iPhone, but it is what it is. I like the higher quality. But I want to talk about my version of the raw reality of trading and maybe some things that influencers or educators don't talk about in the trading space, or maybe just some things that you didn't realize and you only will realize when you've been doing it for so long. I think maybe what a lot of influencers and educators don't talk about or teach is that this just truly takes time. Like regardless of the strategy that they're going to teach you in these 21 days, in these 7 days, in these 3 months, you got to get the chart time in. There is no getting around that. There is no getting around the fact that you have to just have experience with the charts. You got to put the chart time in. And I'm talking like not a month, not a few weeks. If I had to say my raw reality version, I'd say it's got to be like between 1 and 3 years to where you are comfortable, confident in a system that you have mastered. Like I think 3 years is fair. I know that's not a fun, thing to hear, that you may not be successful or profitable or consistent or confident in the strategy that you're trading until 3 years. That just kind of hurts to hear, but it's like my raw reality of it. I didn't find consistency until year 3 or year 4. And my reasoning behind that was it could be very different than yours. Mine was the fact that I just wasn't even consistent with trading at all. I don't think I actually believed in it. I didn't trade every day. I wasn't looking at the charts every day. I'd take weeks off at a time. There would be, months where I'm just looking at the charts maybe 1 to 2 times a month. Not even trading, just looking at the charts, and then I'm distracted and doing something else. So it's very enticing to see the results that a lot of traders have after they have been trading for so long. The results that I have seem easy, but it took me 9 years to get to this point. Now, it's not that I had to struggle for 9 years. I had consistency and profitability, after year 3 or year 4, but to be able to go into the markets, put 20 contracts in platinum, come out with $30,000 a week later, that took 9 years. That took confidence, that took capital, that took experience, like those whole 9 years, it took that long for me to be able to do something like I am now. Whereas it may look so much easier to you. You're like, you just hopped in, hopped out, 30K? I could do that. No, I don't think you could. The amount of times that platinum pulled back and I was in drawdown, had to, stomach through the possibility of solidifying a loss. I don't know if many of you guys could do that. I say that with love, that it took me 9 years to be able to stomach pullbacks like that and draw down like that. Whereas a lot of you guys would probably be, cut the loss right there, or maybe try to go in and out and in and out and trying to just chase the price instead of just truly letting it do its thing and letting go. My motto with trading is don't know, don't care. So now obviously there is a little bit of care in there, but it's the fact that my strategy does all the work for me. So I truly have to just don't know, don't care and let the strategy do its thing. So I would say my point on the time that it actually takes to become consistent and profitable, and to maybe a point of just success in trading, I'm gonna say honestly 3 to 4 years. Like we'll say 3 maybe because now there's prop firms where you can build capital. There's a lot more knowledge and education in the space. You have more access to mentors and education, and communities. So I would say we're talking 3 years. 3 years until you can realistically see profitability and consistency. Okay, and the next point that I want to make in this raw reality video is starting with small capital. It is so freaking hard. It is so hard. Now the things that I'm about to say may feel and sound very harsh, but like I just keep going back to, this is my raw reality. If you are coming into trading thinking that you're going to turn $100 into 5,000, 10,000, 100,000, I don't believe that's going to work. I don't. I'm sorry. If you don't come into trading, if you are an adult who is, ready to take this seriously and you're trying to truly become successful at trading and you don't have at least like $3,000 to $5,000 worth of savings that you can be comfortable with losing and investing, I don't think trading is for you. That's a harsh thing to hear, but I think realistically, you've got to have like $3,000 to $5,000 of capital to get started. And that's after you have, educated yourself in trading, after you've simulated, after you've got a strategy down. Now let's go in with this $3,000 to $5,000 worth of capital capital and actually give this a go. And even still so, these statistics are still not in your favor. Even if you do invest $3,000 to $5,000, the odds of you making it are still pretty slim. So it's such a tough thing to hear that I should be able to make, I should be able to put in $100 and get to 5,000 or get to 1,000 even, or get to 10,000. And I just don't think that's realistic. I don't think that's going to happen. The odds are not in your favor. And especially with a smaller account, it takes 10 times more effort to build that capital. So I would say raw reality of becoming successful in trading and actually building capital, you're looking at like $3,000 to $5,000 minimum to start. And you got to be comfortable with that all going away. Okay, but touching back on the harsh truth of if you don't have $5,000 or $3,000 to $5,000 saved up, you maybe already got some work to do outside of trading. Like if you can't develop a system or a budget to where you can set aside money every week, every month that goes into a savings account that you're going to use for who knows what, to further your education, to put in investments, to learn how to trade, I think you're messing up. You're not in the right category of finance. If you can't even save $3,000 to $5,000 just to have as an emergency fund as an adult, I don't think you're in the right space. So that is my harsh kind of raw reality for that question that I always get in trading. Can you start with $100? You can, but the odds of you being successful and building that capital are going to be very slim. Okay, and another point that I have for my raw reality is trading comes down to the trader. And I think that we all may know this collectively, but we don't actually, give it credit. We know that there's plenty of strategies out there. There's plenty. People can trade with moon phases indicators. People can trade with trend lines. People can trade with Fibonacci, ICT, SMC, I think those are one and the same. Elliott waves, pyramids. There are so many different ways to trade. So why is everyone either successful or unsuccessful in their own way, all trading these different strategies? And it comes down to the person. If you don't have discipline, if you are not consistent with one singular strategy, if you can't master whichever one you decide to go with, I think it's all on the person. I've learned how to trade in my family, and I was taught by my uncle. He taught many of us in the family. He taught my sister. He taught his sons, his daughter, cousins, family, friends. I mean, he's taught as many people that ask. They were like, listen, I want to learn what you do, show me. And not many of us made it, to be honest. I think I may be the only one. And it's gotta be because of me, because he taught us all the same thing. I think I was just consistent. I was determined. I was like, this has to work. I had like such tunnel vision when it came to trading. I know what I want. And I think that comes with a lot of things in life. I'm a Leo, so when I have a goal, it doesn't matter. I'm getting it. Whatever it is, I'm getting it. And it's a cool trait to have. It's a way cool trait to have, but also it's detrimental to a lot of other things. You forget to do other things, and but I think it comes down to the person. You gotta be that person. You gotta have that grit. You gotta have that perseverance, that tenacity, that it's consistency. It's all within the person. If you aren't in tune with yourself and your visions and your goals, you're not going to make it in trading. You guys could all trade the same strategy, and you will be able to see based on the person who makes it and who doesn't. So understanding that this is very internal. There's so many different strategies out there. It's obvious that it comes down to the person, the trader, to actually make this work and make this successful. Okay, so we're just going to go ahead and call this video the harsh, raw reality of trading, since a lot of these topics are just not fun to talk about, and it hurts my stomach a little bit to say them, and I know you guys don't want to hear it, but maybe if I can set the raw expectation, it will give you a better fighting chance and not kind of rely on what social media has portrayed trading to be like. So another harsh, raw reality is you probably shouldn't quit your day job. Like, definitely don't, actually. Even if you are making it in trading and you're doing pretty well, I need you to have multiple sources of income. Whether that is maybe you just decide to do a side gig, maybe instead of your 9 to 5 that you drive to, you're doing something on the side instead. But never just have trading as your main source of income. You could imagine, now all of this makes sense. When I say it to you, you'll be like, oh, duh, yeah. When you start putting so much pressure and so much weight on each individual trade, your psychology is bound to mess it up. Like, regardless of how great your strategy is and how good you are at applying it and your entries and your exits, psychology is going to come into play, and you're going to start seeing things. I kid you not, it's like a mirage. You're going to start seeing things in the charts that you probably didn't if there wasn't so much pressure on each individual trade to make it. So understanding that you've got to have this relief of, multiple sources of income. I have multiple sources of income, and I will always have multiple sources of income. Never will I put all my eggs in one basket. Never. That's YouTube. That's course sales. That's you know, bringing income from just social media streams. That's trading. As many streams of income as I can have. Okay, but I don't hide my streams of income. I don't say that trading is my only source and I'm rich because of trading. No, I am doing well as an entrepreneur because I have multiple streams of income here. We've got social media, that's YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, what have you. All of these streams from just views. I've got trading. I've got education. I've got a pre-recorded course. I do coaching. I do partnerships, collaborations. I have multiple streams of income, and that's very evident across all of my social media platforms. Come at me if you will. I give the real raw reality of trading. I am very transparent, and I understand that you can't win when it comes to social media. I could show you broker statements. I could show you how much I do make from trading outside of anything else, and I still will get pushback. It's fake, it's not real, she's making more money from anything else. Yes, I am making money from multiple streams of income, but bringing that all back to you need to have multiple streams of income. Take the pressure off of each of your trades and truly just use trading as a tool. It's an incredible thing to have. How cool that I've got these multiple streams of income. I did excellent at trading this year. Just Q1, I made 50K. I went ahead and withdrew that and furnished my entire apartment. Like, I'm talking nice furnished, as you can see here. So that was the coolest tool to have with trading. Luckily, I've got other streams of income that are making sure bills are paid each month. I'm investing in this, long-term this. It's just having those multiple streams of income takes the pressure off. How cool to be able to make 50K in trading in just one quarter. That's freaking wild. And going back to saying, it took me 9 years to get there. So having the right expectation of how long this is actually going to take. It is going to take you a long time. It's going to take you a few years. Understand that. Let it sit a few years. You're not going to be successful next month. You're not going to be successful in 3 months, 6 months. And if you do, it very well could just be by accident. You could have gotten lucky. And if it's truly, you know, because you are good at this and because you're structured and disciplined and consistent, continue then. Show me you can do it for the next few years. But understanding that it's going to take a few years. Please understand that it's going to take a few years. And then the small amount of capital. If you are a functioning, regular adult, I don't know any other way to say this, and you haven't developed a budget or a system to be able to have a savings account or something on the side to invest in, this probably isn't for you. Anywhere between $3,000 to $5,000, I think truly is what it's going to take to get to this level that I'm at, or other traders, or just being able to grow capital in general. The third thing is understanding that this is the successes that you have in trading is the trader and not the strategy. There's so many different strategies out there. It makes sense that, okay, everyone's trading, you know, we'll say pyramids. 10 of these guys are trading the same pyramid strategy, but for some reason, only 3 of them are profitable and consistent. It's the trader, because they're all trading the same strategy. It very well could have been their psychologies maybe a little bit off, maybe one of them interpreted a little bit differently, or they didn't trust the system or the strategy. It all comes down to the trader, not the strategy. And then the last thing is, don't quit your day job. Continue to have multiple streams of income. To be honest, look for more streams of income. Keep that day job, start trading. Now let's look for another side gig. You want to have multiple streams of income to truly allow trading to act as a tool and to be successful in it. That is my harsh, raw reality of trading. I know you're probably not going to feel great or motivated or pumped after this, but at least I can feel good and have my conscience clear that I've set the expectation, the full, raw reality, realistic expectation of trading. Okay, I hope this video shed some light on your expectations coming into trading. If you liked it, there's going to be plenty more on my page. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, hit the like button, drop a comment if you agree or disagree with everything that I'm saying. And don't forget to share this as well. Share this with your friends and be like, listen, this is what it's really like.